Most backyard bird watchers think of cardinals as beautiful decoration. Red bird at the feeder, nice photo, move on. But spend enough time watching them, really watching, you start to realize the cardinal is one of the most behaviorally communicative birds you're likely to encounter in a suburban yard. At Backyard Bird Signals, we help you read what your birds are actually doing. With cardinals, the signals are loud once you know what to look for. Signal number 1, silence means danger. Start here, because this is the most practically useful thing in this article. When your yard goes quiet, when the cardinals and every other small bird vanish simultaneously, something has triggered a community-wide alarm. Cardinals have exceptional threat detection for aerial predators. They use concealment, not escape flight, as their first response. They don't call out and scatter dramatically, they simply disappear into cover. The entire backyard bird community reads this signal. Sparrows, finches, and chickadees, they all track cardinal behavior as a real-time threat index. One feeder keeper described learning to look up within 30 seconds of unexplained quiet and spotting a Cooper's hawk perched silently in a nearby tree. On at least a dozen separate occasions, the cardinal's stillness was the alarm. Signal number 2, the window attack is a territorial broadcast. When a male cardinal begins attacking a window, he is not malfunctioning. He is doing exactly what his behavioral programming tells him to do. He has identified a rival male that is perfectly matched and perfectly persistent. He is responding to a threat that, from his perceptual world, is completely real. The behavior peaks in early spring, when testosterone surges. It typically fades after nesting begins, and the male's attention shifts toward chick rearing. If it persists beyond that window, the most effective interventions are exterior window film, opaque enough to eliminate reflection from outside the glass. Translucent interior decals often fail because they don't disrupt the reflection. Note, female cardinals also attack windows for longer and across more seasons than males. The trigger is the same, territorial aggression in the presence of an undefeatable rival. Signal number 3, bright red at your feeder means you're doing something right. Cardinal red is produced by pigments that the bird must acquire through diet, a conversion process that takes energy and effort. It is physiologically demanding and works well only in healthy birds. A brilliantly red male at your feeder is telling you he is in excellent metabolic condition, which in turn reflects the quality of foraging available in your yard and surroundings. If you want to actively support brighter coloration, dietary variety matters more than most people realize. Beyond standard black oil sunflower seeds, cardinals have a widely documented preference. Offering safflower seeds, fresh berries, and occasional insect sources gives birds the inputs their plumage depends on. Several observers have tracked individual males across winters and noticed measurable brightening after introducing varied feeders. The yellow cardinal, a bird in which the carotenoid conversion pathway is disrupted by a rare genetic mutation. It appears white gold to cream yellow rather than red. These birds are healthy and behave normally. They simply cannot complete the chemical conversion. Documented yellow cardinal sightings tend to generate community-wide excitement. If one ever appears at your feeder, you are witnessing something very few birders see in a lifetime. Signal number 4. The pair feeding ritual is a trust display. If you observe a male cardinal picking up a seed, cracking it, and then transferring contents to a female, she sits still and accepts it. You are watching one of the most significant behavioral signals in the species. This mate-feeding behavior is a continuous investment display that functions as ongoing pair bond maintenance. Cardinals are long-term pair bonders. The same male and female may return to the same territory for years, something regulars at established feeding stations often notice and track across the seasons. The pair's coordination, one feeding while the other watches for threats, is a functional adaptation. It improves survival odds for both birds and increases reproductive success relative to unpaired individuals. When a pair bond ends through the death of one partner, searching behavior in the survivor is documented. return visits to shared locations, and contact call vocalizations that do not receive responses. Whether this constitutes something like grief in a subjective sense is a question biology cannot answer. That something real and measurable changes in the surviving bird's behavior is not in question. Signal number 5. The female song is a status report. When a female cardinal sings from a dense shrub during nesting season, she is not providing pleasant background sound. She is communicating specific information, most commonly the status of the nest, how much food is needed, and whether the nest is stable, directly to her mate, who is out foraging. The male adjusts his behavior accordingly. Delivery behavior based on what he hears. This was largely missed by early researchers, because female cardinal song is quieter and less frequent than the male's territorial advertising song, and because the assumption that female songbirds were essentially silent went largely unchallenged for decades. A comprehensive review of songbird species found evidence of functional female song in the majority of species examined. The Northern Cardinal is among the clearest examples. Next time your yard goes quiet and then slowly fills back in, you're watching a community risk assessment. Cardinals appearing first at the edges, then moving to the feeder, you're watching it unfold in real time. The red bird isn't decoration, it is a signal station. Learning to read it changes what you see every time you look out the window.